My name is Jake. At the time, I was 19 years old. I lived in northern Michigan, and I had one hobby that most people found strange: listening to shortwave radio. One night, I discovered a numbers station. At first, it seemed harmless, just random numbers, until those numbers started predicting events that hadn't happened yet. A cabin near a heavily wooded area, miles away from the nearest town. October 2018, a week before Halloween. My grandfather had recently passed away. Before he died, he gave me his old shortwave radio. The thing looked ancient, scratched, dusty, barely functional. But it still worked. Every night I'd sit in my room scanning frequencies, listening to weather broadcasts, foreign stations, random conversations. Most of it was boring. Until one night, around 1:30 a.m.
I heard a woman speaking, slowly, calmly, repeating numbers. 8, 21, 14, 36. Then silence. The transmission ended. I assumed it was a normal number station. But the next night, the same voice returned. This time with different numbers. Then again, and again. Every night, exactly 1:30 a.m., the same female voice, the same frequency, the same strange pattern. Eventually, curiosity got the better of me. I started writing the numbers down. Every single night, for nearly 2 weeks. And that's when something impossible happened. One of the sequences matched a local police report released the following day. A missing persons case. The age, the location number, the date. Every detail matched. At first, I thought it was coincidence, until it happened again and again. The numbers somehow described future events. Events nobody should have known, including one that involved someone I loved. The final transmission arrived 3 days later. A sequence of numbers I'd never forget. The next morning, those numbers matched the exact time and location of a fatal car accident involving my cousin. I stopped listening after that. The radio remains locked away in my attic, because some mysteries aren't meant to be solved. And some signals are better left unheard. "26 years old, working as a night security guard. I discovered a frequency broadcasting messages from someone who was supposed to be dead. An abandoned military facility in Nevada. Winter 2021. Working nights meant long hours, and long hours meant boredom. One night I brought an old radio to work, mostly for entertainment. Around 3 a.m., I stumbled across a strange transmission. A man reading numbers, slowly, emotionlessly, over and over. I listened for several minutes. Then something caught my attention. The voice sounded familiar, very familiar. At first I couldn't place it. Then it hit me. The voice sounded exactly like my father. The same father who had died 5 years earlier. My blood ran cold. I told myself it was impossible, but the more I listened, the more convinced I became. It was him. Every night, the voice returned. Each broadcast ended with the same phrase: "Don't come looking." Then silence. Weeks passed. My obsession grew. I began researching the frequency, digging through old records, searching military archives. And eventually, I discovered something terrifying. The station broadcasting those messages officially stopped operating decades ago. Yet somehow, someone was still transmitting. One night, the broadcasts suddenly stopped.
Forever, the frequency went silent, and it has remained silent ever since. To this day, Aaron keeps recordings saved on an old hard drive, not because he wants answers, but because hearing that voice one last time made him feel closer to his father than he had in years. And sometimes, the most terrifying mystery isn't hearing a dead person's voice, it's wishing you could hear it again.
My name is Sarah, 24 years old, graduate student. A numbers station predicted a disaster, and nobody believed me. Pennsylvania, March 2023. Sarah loved radio mysteries. One evening, she discovered a station unlike anything she'd heard before. The voice wasn't male. It wasn't female. It sounded artificial, almost computer-generated. Every night, it repeated numbers, the exact same sequence, over and over, for nearly a month. One night, she noticed something unusual. The numbers corresponded to coordinates. Coordinates leading to a bridge outside town. A bridge used by thousands of people every day. The next transmission included a date, a time, and another sequence. Nobody believed her. Not friends, not family, not local authorities. Everyone assumed she was overthinking things. Then the date arrived, and something happened on that bridge. Something nobody expected. Something Sarah had tried desperately to warn people about. After the incident, she returned home, turned on the radio, and heard one final transmission. For the first time, the voice stopped reading numbers. Instead, it spoke a single sentence, a sentence Sarah remembers to this day. Message received. Then the station vanished forever. 3 stories, 3 number stations, 3 mysteries that remain unsolved. Maybe they're government broadcasts. Maybe they're forgotten military experiments. Or maybe there's something else entirely. Something listening, something waiting, something hiding within the static. If you enjoyed tonight's stories, be sure to subscribe to Midnight Masquerade, because every week we explore terrifying mysteries, true horror stories, and unexplained encounters from around the world. Until next time, keep your lights on, keep your radio off, and if you ever hear numbers coming through the static in the middle of the night, you may not want to write them down. Good night.